Well, new reaction now to the controversy over a college's decision to start scheduling classes on major religious holidays. Last hour, we told you how New York's Stony Brook University claims the change is meant to show respect for all faiths. But students will have to choose now between schoolwork and spending holidays like Passover and Good Friday with their families. The fallout reaching far beyond the school's campus. Rush Limbaugh saying he sees this as just one of the issues fueling a growing sense that some American values are under attack.
Silent majority are the people who get up and go to work, try to play by the rules, try to do everything right according to their morality and their sense of ethics and their right and wrong. My gut instinct about the silent majority is it's about to explode. It's about had enough. A lot of small incremental things have happened over 20 or 30 years. But now, with Obama, those small incremental things are becoming bigger and more impactful with each instance.
Joining me now to discuss it, Alan Colmes. He's host of The Alan Colmes Show, and syndicated radio host Mike Gallagher, who's a Fox News contributor. Alan, let me start with you on this one, since Rush had his say. You take it from the left.
First, I like Mike's no-tie look. That's very cool.
It's very Friday.
It's casual Friday, guys.
I don't know how Limbaugh, first of all, I don't know why we take him so seriously as some kind of pundit, given all the number of things he said that are so crazy. And to tie Obama to the Stony Brook thing makes no sense to me. Yeah, it was a wrong-headed decision to Stony Brook, but it's not emblematic of what liberals think. And what Limbaugh does for a living is put down liberals for 3 hours a day. That's what he does. So why is what he says on any one given day about liberals any particularly more significant than any other liberal bashing day that he has? That's what he does for 3 hours every single day.
But just because you don't like Rush,
I don't dislike him.
Well, but just because you don't like what he says doesn't mean that what he says is untrue. And that the question here is whether
he's... It's not true or false. It's an opinion.
Right. And the question here is whether he's onto something. You don't think so? Mike, do you?
Of course I do. And frankly, both Alan and I have been in the talk radio trenches for many, many years. Me a little bit longer than Alan, but I won't hold that against him. But we both know this industry well, and we both owe a guy like Rush a debt of gratitude for what he's done for our industry. And Alan should be, I think, with all due respect, a little more respectful to a guy like Rush Limbaugh. Now, the reason he's taken
Rush
seriously
Limbaugh and Howard Stern, those are the two, paid gods,
well,
at least, of radio. They get more money than anybody.
We all express opinions, and Rush has had phenomenal success. I mean, of course he's right. Listen, I talk to people every day who are on the verge of saying, I have had enough. How ridiculous that a college is going to make kids attend school on religious holidays. How ridiculous that we've got a president who is already patronizing these racially motivated crowds in already knowing what happened in Florida as a racial incident without knowing the facts that it was a racial incident. People are fed up. They're tired. They're sick of it, and Rush has never been more right. The silent majority, I think, is about to explode.
Let me respond, if I could, to what you said earlier. I do give Rush a lot of credit for expanding the talk radio universe, and I've always been respectful of what he created in talk radio. Many stations, there's a business out there because of what Rush Limbaugh did.
You bet.
And he's a great entertainer. But that's what it is. It's entertainment. And I think sometimes people take this stuff too seriously. If we're going to say X that he says is emblematic of something, or something Stony Brook does is emblematic of something, is it emblematic when he says that Obama is a cargo cult?
But might it be true? But might this be true that there is the erosion? Because I'll tell you, I mean, I just get viewers from emails talking about how they feel like the more we kick God out of the public square, the more we see events like these random shootings and more school violence. And this. Let me give you another Rush clip, because he was talking about the Stony Brook thing in a little bit more detail. Here's how he put it.
This is the kind of story that's going to cause an eruption in the silent majority. The silent majority, made up of Christians and Jews alike, are not doing anything to destroy this country. They're not doing one thing to harm it, and yet they're sitting around and watching the destruction take place all around them, and then they hear that because they are a majority, that their very existence makes life unfair for others, and so we're going to take away your holiday, and we're going to take away your tradition.
No one is taking away anybody's holiday. No
He's
one's taking
right.
away anybody's tradition. Nobody
He's
is stopping
right.
anybody from worshiping as they choose in this country. That is
Oh,
just
Alan.
balderdash. It is typical
It's
right-wing
not.
rhetoric that he uses to rev up his
I
base.
mean,
that's great entertainment for the people who like
to
what Rich
make-
Limbaugh has to say.
To,
Go ahead, Mike.
to make college kids go to school on religious holidays so that you're not offending a religious minority offends the majority. But Alan, I got to go back to your dismissal of Rush as just an entertainer. Are you just an
Yeah, pretty
entertainer,
much.
or are you a passionate guy who has serious
Well, I have
beliefs?
opinions, but
I
Are
happen
you
to be on the
passionate,
left.
Alan?
Well, yes, but they're opinions. I mean, I'm not saying I am the speaking the truth. I have talked from on
But are
high.
you
What
just
I
an
say-
entertainer?
It is. I'm more of an entertainer. I mean, Mike, you do the same thing I do. Your job is to get
I'm
an
serious,
audience.
though.
I'm serious too. I believe what I believe. But our role is
And
to
so
get an
does Rush.
audience, to get ratings, and thus revenue for our advertisers. That's what
And
we
so
do.
does Rush.
Exactly,
And Rush has
exactly. And he
been
does it very
phenomenally
All
well.
right,
successful
and
at
let's hope
it.
you've
Yes.
succeeded in doing that very same thing right here. Thank
Yeah,
you both so
that's
much.
what we do.
You bet. I hope.
Thank you, guys. Always fun talking.